Deadpool Wolverine World War III. We start in Vancouver. The sun sets behind the mountains in the distance, but Wolverine isn't enjoying the view. He leaps amongst the rooftops. Wolverine has a phone, but it never rings, and when it does, it's because someone needs something that only he can do. This time it was a Vancouver PD inspector with a case so heinous, she needed Wolverine's help. But not to solve the case, but to make sure the bad guy was wiped from the face of the earth. Wolverine lands on a rooftop, looking down on the city. He sniffs the air, whirling quickly, claws popping as an explosion rips apart the rooftop behind him. He crouches, preparing for the fight, but he only sighs at what he sees is going on. Freaking Deadpool! He grunts. Deadpool falls through the destruction-filled air. His rocket launcher is forgotten as he draws out his sword and smug. I want my summer! The powerful villain shouts at the merc. I also yell to obtain what I do not currently have, like shoes that match my pouches! Deadpool shouts back. The two fall through the air with energy tendrils beginning to writhe out of the villain's back. Our relationship hurts sometimes, I know, but that's just the skin! You need the skin, Summer, the crazed man says. Logan leaps through the air, stabbing him in the back, knocking him away. I'd recognize the sound of that puncture wound anywhere! Deadpool shouts with glee as he turns. Wild side! He yells, but pauses with disappointment. Oh, Wolverine! Sorry, I don't keep up with continuity. Look out for the energy things! Deadpool calls as Wolverine gets sliced across the back. The villain lands with a thud, still muttering gibberish. Summer changes her skin. How can I know if love is real if... How do I know if real is real? Deadpool ducks behind Logan, opening fire with his submachine gun. Can't tell you how often I ask myself that question. Deadpool agrees, but the crazed man's powers stop the bullets as Wolverine rushes forward. But he's knocked away by a powerful punch and slides back to Deadpool. You look good. I look better. But you look good for someone your age. For you, the merc says, and Deadpool holds out a hand to help Logan back up. Is this a team up now? Deadpool asks as Logan ignores his hand standing, stabbing him in the shoulder. Piss off, Wade! Logan grunts, but Deadpool refuses to stop, explaining that there is a bounty on this villain's head. The two of them rush forward, with Deadpool firing off his pistols, energy tendrils slicing into Wolverine, and he growls in anger and pain. That's Wolverine. Please give up peacefully as I must return to Charlie's home for obsolete mutants, Deadpool calls out, and another tendril lashes out, but Logan takes cover behind Deadpool, letting him take the worst of the attack. Thanks for the cover. Stay out of my way, Deadpool! Logan snarls, but the tendrils wrap around Logan, burning into him. You're so different, you're real! Help me! The villain shouts as he stares at Logan. But Deadpool leaps into the air, landing on Logan's shoulders, emptying his pistols into the criminal. The psychos these days, much worse than your average Weapon X escapee. Picotech, Alta-Uni energy weapons, and they all know click-clock dances, he jokes, and the psycho stares at them both. You promised me the gifts would help me connect, he whispers before turning and leaping off the building. The bounty! Deadpool shouts. Civilians! Logan growls. The bounty of endangered civilians! Deadpool agrees as they both leap after the man. They fall through the air, and just as they reach the ground, they land slicing through him, cutting him into threes. He stares at them in shock as his body begins to separate. I used your gifts. Were you watching? These wasted gifts. I wasn't real either. The man gasps before dying, both heroes collapsing to the ground. Diabolical double dissection, dude, Wade groans as he goes for a fist bump. Screw you, Wade, Logan growls. Later, the two watch from a rooftop as police and EMTs work the scene. But Deadpool shrugs, pointing out that some people are just broken and they can't save them. Same could be said about us, Logan notes, but Deadpool shakes his head. Me? Not you. Not anymore. Mutant outcast, manipulated monster to beloved X-Man. Third time's the charm, I guess. Deadpool says quietly, and Logan looks at him for a moment before Deadpool waves it away. Just quipping, the night fantastic. Smell you later, Wolverine. Deadpool says as he leaps off into the night. With the job done, Wolverine decides to drown himself at the local bar. But something about what Wade said doesn't sit right with him. he tracked the merc down, quickly finding his Airbnb above a Slim Hortons. Logan has a feeling that this super criminal was new to the game and someone was making super-powered monsters. He also thinks that Wade knows more about it than he's letting on. Logan finds Wade's burner phone, fishing it out of the trash. He contacts Forge and manages to track the phone's last call to Siberia. So Logan uses his contacts to track Wade to a fancy hotel, which is decked out in Deadpool merch. With a sigh, Logan surveys the room, not sure if he hates anyone as much as he currently hates Deadpool. Suddenly, the windows of the hotel shatter, and an army of enhanced humans leap in. Logan brings out his claws, going to work, smelling the same energy coming off of them as the killer in Vancouver. He then begins to slice through the soldiers, and they open fire on him, the bullets tearing through his chest. The last soldier falls, and Logan stands tall, breathing heavy. Behind him, he turns to find a small man standing in the entrance of the room. "Your performance exceeded expectations," the man says, holding out an envelope. "Why? What game is Deadpool playing?" Logan growls, and the man motions to the envelope. "The answers are here, sir," he says simply. Logan lashes out, striking the man, picking the envelope off the floor. "Thanks," he growls. The envelope leads him 400 kilometers to the north, where he finds a strange compound and is greeted by armed soldiers and a beautiful woman. "Welcome to Colabel, Mr. Logan," the woman says, and Logan stomps by her. "Might want to take my ride back to civilization and look for a new gig. You're about to be unemployed," he growls at her. Inside of the compound, Logan is shocked to find a red carpet affair. Someone announces his arrival and people cheer, holding up glasses of champagne, cheering him on. Confused, Logan continues to walk forward. He pushes through a curtain and finds Deadpool locked into a machine, the same energy as the killer crackling off of his body. "Wade, what did you do?" The crowd gathers above them, watching the spectacle below. "He chose courage to be better. He allowed me to help him evolve beyond the constraints of his limiting form," a voice calls out. "Deadpool, can you hear me?" Logan calls, but Wade suddenly twitches, moving with blinding speed, stabbing Logan through the chest. His chosen name is Wade Wilson III. Everyone claps as the fight begins, and Logan leaps away, growling in anger and pain. "Now is the time to speak up before I start cutting," Logan says to the merc. "I'm going to kill you." Deadpool hisses back. "Observe, friends! This is the power of change," the voice calls to the crowd. And this is the beginning of Deadpool and Wolverine World War III. Where does it fit in continuity? I don't know. I think after Fall of X and before the new Deadpool series, or maybe it doesn't even matter because there's tons of Deadpool stories that are just out of continuity. But what does it matter? It's a fun idea to get Deadpool and Wolverine together, but it also reminds me of back when we had a Spider-Man Deadpool book. Why don't we have a Deadpool Spider-Man, Deadpool Wolverine? Why is this not a thing that continually goes on? This is only 3 issues, so if you don't want to miss any of them, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll see you next time.